everybody. It's Tyler with MCPP. Today I am joined by Representative Shanda Yates from District 64. We're very excited to have you today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. So you have introduced a very interesting bill, I guess you could say, House Bill 370. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. It's simply a bill that would mirror existing law that's already on the books that allows for recall of county officials, and this would simply allow recall of municipal officials under the same framework that's already there.
Okay. What is that framework? Like, what does that process look like?
Sure. So under the existing law that we would basically just be copying, there would 30% of the electorate would be required to sign a petition if they would like to have an elected official removed. That would then be submitted to the governor. If the governor sees that it meets all of the requirements, essentially, he would appoint a 3-judge panel. That panel would then look at the petition to see if it meets the statute requirements, which is essentially stating a claim to show that the elected official has willfully failed to perform the duties for which he or she was elected to perform. If that is the case, then a special election would be called, and the electorate is required to go and vote on whether or not they think the elected official should be removed from office. So the electorate is involved twice in the process, once in signing the petition, again in the actual election and removing or not removing the official, and then actually a third time in another special election to replace the elected official if the elected official is removed.
Okay, cool. I think it's very good when it comes to accountability to have something like this in place.
Yes.
So is that kind of the reason why you wanted to introduce this bill, accountability and things like that?
Yeah, accountability is the main reason. When I was looking at this over the summer, I realized that municipal officials were the only elected officials that had no ability to be recalled at all, either in the Constitution or in statutory law. Everyone else from the governor down, there is some mechanism either in the Constitution or in statute where they can either be impeached or recalled, and municipal officials fell into this weird loophole, and I don't know if it was by accident or if it was intentional over all the years. But this would simply rectify that issue.
For sure. I did a little bit of research on other states, and a bunch of other states have municipal recalls as well, and it's seemed to work out in their favor, so I definitely think it would in ours as well.
I think almost 40 states have something on the books for municipal recall.
Wow, and Mississippi doesn't. Wow.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what is the current status of the bill? Where is it right now?
It's basically held on the House floor. We can bring it back up at any point in time before February 9th, which is our deadline to get bills off the floor in the House, at which point in time, if we pass it off the House floor, it would go to the Senate. Assuming the Senate passes it, it goes directly to the governor. The Senate makes changes, obviously, it comes back to us. You know, it sort of goes back and forth like a volleyball, potentially. But I'm confident that we'll be able to bring it back up before February 9th and get it passed out of the House and get the process going.
Good. Have you talked to people in the Senate about it?
I've talked to Lieutenant Governor's staff, and they're anticipating it and waiting on it, and I'm hopeful that we will be able to get it passed over there as well.
Awesome, awesome. What kind of feedback have you gotten from your constituents about this?
So my constituents are the reason that the bill exists this session. Over the summer, I had quite a few constituents reach out to me and just ask if there was anything in existing law that could be done with respect to municipal officials. And I honestly did not know and told them I would look into it. I'm an attorney. So I get a lot of questions sometimes, you know, legal research type questions in addition to just legislative questions. And so I did. I looked into it and sort of dug into it a little bit over the summer, and again found out that there was nothing on the books at all, no recourse in any form or fashion. And so this bill sort of came into existence because of my constituents.
Okay, yeah. Well, we at MCPP have been big advocates for a recall, and so when this came up, we were like, wow, this is a really good bill. So we're very much in favor of it and very much support it. Yes.
Well, thank you.
So is there anything else you have planned for the session? Any other interesting bills or legislation that you have coming up?
So yesterday was our deadline to drop legislation, general bills. So I have a bill that would allow residents of Jackson that live in neighborhoods with restricted covenants, those neighborhoods, if they chose to install a well to provide water to their to their residents,
Yeah.
they would be able to do so.
Okay, cool.
I have another bill that would require equity-based billing for water. There's some talk right now about the new third-party administrator that's been appointed over the water sewer system, potentially issuing water bills based on property value as opposed to water usage. And that's sort of up in the air as to what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, because yesterday was the deadline to drop bills. I did go ahead and drop something that would require water billing to be based on actual usage, which is another thing that my constituents asked for when this new idea was sort of brought up there. So almost all of the bills are locally focused this year for me, around my district and things that they have asked for and want. Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Well, that's kind of all I have. Is there anything else you want to hit on? Anything regarding your bill or anything?
No, that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in today.
Absolutely.
Awesome.